Hi YouTube, welcome to day 22 of our board studying. Today I feel a ton better. I finally turned that corner and I don't really feel sick anymore. My nose is still stuffed and I cough sometimes, but I don't feel awful. So, yay for that. This morning we ended up staying home because I had a physical therapy appointment at 1:40, and then also we were going to watch the baby from like 5 to 7. So we stayed home to study, which was kind of a mistake because I didn't get much done today. First off, didn't really get out of bed till like 8:30. John got up at like 6:30 because he is crazy and cannot sleep really later than that, which I feel so sad for because I love sleeping in. But he let me sleep till 8:30, which I didn't really want to do, but I did. Got up, had some oatmeal, just kind of hung around, ended up taking a 50-question test. Didn't go so great. So I know that I cannot, I was like pretty much having 3 days off of not taking questions, so hopefully that was a result of that. And tomorrow I'll bounce back and be better. It wasn't terrible, but it was not where I was at, like Friday and Thursday before I got sick. Anyways, then I tried to do some lectures, and I did. I got 5 done today. My goal, I usually try to get 8 done. That was like what I had on my schedule for today, but I kind of wanted to get 12 done and try to, like, I don't know, get done faster with my lectures. Yeah, I only got 5 done, but I did do 2 loads of laundry, and my gosh, I don't know what I did today, but I did do 2 loads of laundry. Kind of cleaned up. Yeah, I don't know where the time went today. I did have my physical therapy appointment, and I'll do an update on that. I'm doing really well. My back, I think I mentioned early in my other videos, was killing me even to the point where it was like a constant, like I could feel it constantly, and it was definitely keeping me from doing my normal activities and everything. And so I went in, and this is, I guess, the DO students, I actually know what this is and how to treat it and everything, but I had a pretty bad anterior rotation of my right innominate, and I'd been wearing a heel lift because I was told by someone that I have a left short leg, but I really didn't, and so it kind of made me have a right short leg because my left iliac crest and pretty much my left innominate was up, and this was like this, and it was stuck. Anyways, it's probably really boring, but I had a pretty severe right anterior rotation of my innominate, and that was causing all my muscles and stuff to freak out. So I've been going to physical therapy once a week for the last few weeks, and I feel like I'm cured. I am better. I do not have back pain whatsoever. Anyways, so I'm really happy about that. And what else? And then we came home, we went grocery shopping, so we meal planned Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night. Those are the nights we're in charge of dinner. And went grocery shopping for that, which is fun. I love grocery shopping and meal planning. And then we watched the baby from 5 to 7 and cooked dinner. We made some kind of pasta thing. It had like asparagus and bacon and mushrooms and tomatoes and some Parmesan cheese on top along with the pasta. And then I made my favorite. We had some yams or some sweet potatoes in our produce bin this week, so I made my favorite yam recipe or sweet potato recipe with that. That was good. And then, yeah, nothing. It's 10 o'clock now. I was going to try to finish some lectures, but I'm going to bed. Again, I don't know what was wrong with today. I was like on warp speed or something. All my hours like went out the door. So tomorrow we are going to school. We are leaving at 6:30, and I'm getting stuff done because I need to. I feel great now, so I should be able to study, right? Let's see. Oh, I was going to answer some questions because I failed I couldn't remember what I had written ComBank on for yesterday's answering your questions, so I'm going to answer it now because I feel like I owe to answer that now instead of waiting till next week. So I was talking about how I review questions, and back in like January and February when I wasn't doing that many questions, I would spend like a few hours reviewing all the questions. And now I'm kind of ashamed to admit this, it takes me 20 minutes. Oh, I hate that. So like tomorrow morning I'll take a 50 question test, and that probably will take me 40 minutes or so, and then I'll spend the last 20 minutes of that hour looking over the answers. And I'm really bad about this, but even like today I was reviewing them and I was like, oh, 5 HIV questions in a row. I do not know these. And when I came to like reviewing them, I read them and I was like, I should like write this up, and I was like, I'll get to that later. So that's really bad. I need to work on that. I know I do. I would not recommend doing that, but it's so bad. Like, or like I'll have a cranial question will come up and how to diagnose and treat this, and I'm like, yeah, I haven't really gotten to that. I haven't gotten to those lectures yet, so I got that wrong. That's okay, and I'll like skip it. That is so terrible, but that's what I do. I cannot do that. And I will get through. I'm using COMBank right now, and I'm like 1,300 questions through, and every day I feel like they add them, but it's close to 1,900 plus. So yes, I will be done with that before the boards. So I think I answered. No, I really hope I did. Otherwise, anyways, I'll answer all the other questions on Sunday. But I felt like I owed Going Places 11 that. So hopefully I answered them. If not, just ask me another question and I'll answer it tomorrow. But let's see. Yeah, I guess that's all. Tomorrow we're going to school because I need to get studying done. Bad. Tip for today. Oh, I definitely thought of one earlier today. This is going to be bad because I didn't give you really one yesterday. Or I mean when I was sick. Oh, actually, yes, I do remember what this, and it ties into with someone else's question of what your goal is. So I made my goal for my boards back in January. We had someone from Kaplan, or who teaches for Kaplan, come and do a live lecture for us on the behavioral sciences and on test taking strategies, which was so helpful. He was so great, so interactive. Like seriously, he could have taught all my classes, and I swear I could have like aced everything because he just made everything stick, and he made it interesting. And even though it was like 4 hours on a Friday and then 8 hours on a Saturday, he had my full attention the whole time. But he recommended to pick a score, pick a goal that you want for your score, and write it on a piece of paper and post it in your bedroom so that every day you see it and it's there and you're reminded. And we did that. We did that back in January. John and I both wrote down our scores. And I remember writing it down. I actually found the papers, and I found out John cheated. He totally did not write the one he put on his bed, or like in our bedroom, as the one that he had written down originally, which I think is funny. But, so I'll just tell you mine since someone asked that anyways. So I literally have it, I'm looking at it right now, but it's on like a 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and permanent marker, and I have it written out. So to understand, I'll talk about the COMLEX, how they score it. It ranges from 200 to 800. Again, this is so, I have no idea how they come up with these scores or anything. It's craziness to me, but 200 to 800 is the range. Average is 400. No, sorry. 200 to 800. Passing is 400, and average is 500. So those are just like set in stone, and I don't know, they just figure out everyone else's score off of that. And for my residency that I want to go into, I want to do family medicine. I just looked it up online, and I think the number I kept finding was about 475, 480 for family medicine. And so my goal is, I'm scared to say this, but whatever. My goal is 550. I don't know. We'll see. That was my goal from January, and that's been what I've been working towards. And I take a COMSE, which is equivalent to like the NBME, I think, NBME, like those practice exams you can buy for like the USMLE. Oh, this is the COMLEX's. The COMSE is the equivalent of like, you have to pay $50, and it gives you kind of a 3-number score as well. And I took that back on day 0. I think I talked about this. I took the COMSE, and I was 1 point off of, I got a 549. I swear it must have been a fluke or something, but I was 1 point off. So that made me feel pretty good. We take one more COMSE on Friday, and that'll be our last one before we take the exam, the real exam, to see where I'm at. Oh my gosh, I'm babbling on. This is now, how many minutes is this? This is now 10 minutes long. Anyway, so that would be my tip for you, is to make a goal from the beginning. Like, obviously know like what the averages are, and highest and lowest, and kind of an attainable goal I think is always good, but also a goal for you. And so I picked 550, and it stayed, and that is still my goal. I would love, now that I know I had a 549 on my first ComSci, I kind of expect myself to get higher than that, because then I look back at these 4 weeks and I'm like, what was that worth? Like, it didn't even improve my score. We'll see. Anyways, I'll say John's because I'm looking at his right now too. His is 540, but he had 560 on his sheet of paper, and then I think when he saw mine, he put 540. So, darn him, but it doesn't matter. To be honest, I hope we get the exact same score, because I don't want to get higher than him, and I don't want to get lower than him. So, anyways, I need to be quiet now and go to bed. So I hope everyone is doing well, and I'll see you tomorrow.